Hey guys, it's Friday. Last time I was here was, what day was that? Tuesday. Excuse me, my apologies. I'm here, guys. Wait, no, it wasn't even Tuesday. Was it Monday? It's been a minute. My apologies. First off, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and be yourself. I hope your Thanksgiving was well. I wanted to make a video yesterday, but I was out with family, and these last few times I've been spending I've been spending time with loved ones and close ones, and just really just taking in those moments. So my apologies for my absence. Just making sure I spend time with those that I care about and cherish. So yeah, my apologies. Moving forward. First off, I hope. First off, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this video. It is currently Friday, November 24th, 2023. Right now, it is 5:06 p.m. Today's been a little bit busy. I was just gonna been out and about today, and I just want to make a video to get myself back into motion and making good habits and getting my life set and in order. You know, it's never always going to be 100% set. That's kind of accepted that, but you know, I wanted to get something out there. Moving forward, second off, if your day is just starting, I hope you have a great day. If you're in the middle of your day, I hope you're having a great day. And if you are coming towards the end of your day and it has not been so great, do something to make it great, because you still got time and you can still make a change for yourself. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and doing things for yourself. You know, not all days are going to be great. We're going to have some long days. We're going to have some trying days. We're going to have some days that are like, this is bogus. But what matters is how we end it off and how we decide to let it allow it to influence us. So make sure you're taking the time to make a change for yourself and do things for yourself more and make things more positive. Moving forward, today's video is going to be a word of the day, and this word of the day is brought to you by something I heard that I really wanted to expound upon and share with you guys, and more so how I've allowed it to reflect within my life and how I reflect upon my life. And that word of the day is nothing is fair. Really simple, but we're gonna move forward. In this life, we are going to experience torments, and everyone experiences torments. Everyone experiences a loss. Everyone experiences something that isn't ideal. Everyone experiences something where they compare themselves to others' lives, or compare their results with other results, or compare their results with what they expected and it's not really what it was. And in many cases, we like to gear towards this idea that it's not fair, or that's not fair. And these statements are usually made under the assumption that things are meant to be fair. Things are meant to have a system. Things are meant to have, you know, a certain way that they work in order. But in all honesty, what I want you to take away from this video when I say nothing is fair is the idea that your concept of fair is different from somebody else's concept of fair. Everyone has their own experiences. Everyone has their own way of thinking, and everyone has their own way of doing things, their rights and their wrongs. And some things we may agree with, some things we may disagree with. But in many cases, when we think something is not fair, we are imposing this idea that our world and our correct sort of order is what is fair, and that anything else is not fair, almost discrediting any other way of thinking. While I am not excusing anything that truly is unfair, what I mean by unfair is it's kind of funny because I just contradicted myself. Well, while I am not condoning any act of cutting corners or cheating, you know, any act of doing something and not getting the reward for it that someone else gets, I'm not saying that at all, because if you put the time and effort into it, you'll get there. What I am saying is that we should not always be worried about what's fair and what isn't fair at times, or feel discouraged when we feel like something isn't fair. Life is going to take us certain ways that we don't understand at all. You know, depending on what your religion is, whatever you believe in, you know, that higher power will decide where you will go and what you will do. And maybe that thing that may not seem fair right now will make sense later on. You know, something just from my own testimony in terms of grievance. Something from my own testimony in terms of grievance was this kind of going back to that whole idea of like, oh, this isn't fair. Like, why does somebody else gets to experience something that I didn't, or I lost this, but somebody else gets to experience this when I put more effort or time into this, whatever the case may be. But in that sense, I have no control over that. You know, it's not up to me to decide whether it's fair or not, because life is going to throw things at me anyway. You know, I can complain about it being fair or unfair all I want, but that won't change the fact of the matter that it happened. But what I can do is live and understand and do something better, to do something to change that. Excuse me. In this world, just in general, there's a lack of fairness all throughout it. You know, there are some people that are more privileged than others. There are some people that have better, I guess, luck or whatever you want to call it, more fortunate than others that deserve it, or we feel like deserve it, but that's not really up to us in many cases. It's up to every individual and their own way of doing things, their own life. Life is unexplainable. You know, we are going to experience things that are unideal. We're going to experience things that are unideal when we want them to be ideal, or we're going to experience things that are ideal when we expected them to not be ideal. You know, life is unpredictable. The only thing that we really have control over is ourselves and how we respond to it. So no matter how fair or unfair things are, all we can do is take things in and appreciate them. You know, you know, there's no real answer to how things are gonna go. There's no real set in stone plan that you know of, or whatever, or we know of how your life's supposed to go. But there is an idea that can be sprouted, and there is something that can be done with you and starting with you. You have the ideas that you have the right to think about something. You are capable of changing things, but it really just starts with you. You know, no matter how unfair or fair something is, nothing is impossible. Nothing is ever going to stop you. It all depends on what you do about it. You know, I can sit here and complain, oh, it's not fair that, you know, from my example of, oh, it's not fair that I got to do all this, go out of my way to try to practice and get better at golf when I don't really have as much resources as someone else that doesn't really appreciate it as much as I would, or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, there are things that still can be done that I can still do, that I can do better. You know, I can be better with. There are many resources that I still have. There are many resources that I'm fortunate with. You know, just because I don't have one thing doesn't mean all the other things that I have are discredited or disregarded or should be disregarded. You know, life may be unfair to you, but your life may be fair to somebody else. You know, it may be unfair to somebody else that your life is better than theirs, or whatever the case may be. It's all really a cycle of what's fair and what isn't. But at the end of the day, nothing really is fair or unfair. Life is never going to really be fair to everybody, because somebody's going to be losing at some point. Somebody's going to be gaining at some point. It all depends on what we do about it and what we do for ourselves and what we can do for others, you know, and what we can do for others. Along with ourselves, is just spread love, you know, be positive, be kind to ourselves, and respect ourselves with our goals. That's all you can really do. But there's no sense in complaining about what is fair and what isn't fair, because at the end of the day, nothing is ever going to be 100% fair with everything and everybody. You know, there are costs, you know, everything, you know, you put out what you put in. You know, you're going to put out something, you know, you're going to put in something and get out something less than what you feel like you put in. And you may feel like that's unfair, but at the end of the day, it's still going to happen. So, you know, it's better to spend less energy worrying about what's fair and what isn't fair, and put more energy into what you want. And getting there any way you can. So that's all I really got. I hope you're taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and being yourself. I appreciate you. I love you. God bless you for watching all the way through this video. I really do greatly appreciate all the support, and any support is greatly appreciated. I'm still trying to get to 100 by the end of this year. So sharing it, liking the video, commenting, just giving me any critiques, whatever is you can do, I will greatly appreciate it. I thank you, and I love you, and I hope you continue to I hope you continue to be the best version of yourself, no matter what, because that's what you deserve, and that's what you're gonna always be able to do. So, yeah. I will be seeing you guys soon. AD is